A couple trade ideas coming your way for our smaller sized accounts here might be interesting for you. We'll take a look at those in just a moment. We're going to go through some of the positions that I have on here. It's so funny. We had a DraftKings. I've had 100 shares of stock in DraftKings. We sold the 25 strike put at about $1 and change. We can actually look at this on the order chains here. Give me 1 second. So we sold the 25 strike put. We sold it at 75 cents into earnings. This was in February. I said we're going to wheel into stock and then sell covered calls. I then sold the 25 call against it that expired on March 20th. And I have another call on here. So we're basically a scratch on the trade, maybe down about $100. But DraftKings on March 20th, I was holding the call because we were right at the money. We can go to the chart here. We can find March 20th. All right. So here we go, March 20th. We opened at $24.91. I had the 25 strike call on expiration. We ended up closing at $23.67. So I was sitting there. I was thinking, okay, today we're going to get called away. They're going to take the stock. I'm going to show the mechanics of that. Didn't happen. So now I'm still in that cover call. I was thinking Intel is probably a good one to look at for kind of a neutral position here. It's one that's chopped around. It's in the government portfolio. So, it's got some high volatility here. It's chopped around this 45 handle. What do you think about something like a May Strangle here? Does that interest you?
There's definitely a lot of premium here. And it's trading at 45. If you just look at where the skew is, there's lots of call skew.
Mm-hmm.
So I think another consideration is maybe a short put call ratio.
Okay. Because this is what I was looking at, and I'm glad you called this out because there's a lot of skew here. I was just going, the stock's at 45. I was going to do the 40-50 strangle.
Mm-hmm.
The 50 strangle is almost a 40 delta here. The 40 put is a 26 delta. So this strangle, even though it's $5 away from the stock on both sides, is still going to net you about 12 short deltas, which is a pretty decent amount of delta here. So I kind of like the idea. Are you thinking like maybe the 50-55? Or you go closer at the money, like the 46.50?
No, like the 50-55, you pick up $2.20, or you can get ultra spicy.
Okay.
And do the 40 short put, but do the 50-55-60 butterfly.
50-50.
Still pick up $1.40 credit.
Define the risk on the upside.
Yeah.
And you could do that because it's 4 legs, but that gets a little bit more. It is
spicy.
More spicy.
Yeah. But no, I like the call ratio because of the call skew.
Yeah.
And even if you just did the call ratio, your break even is all the way up at 63.
Yeah.
Which is
probably new highs.
50% higher than where we are right now.
55 was kind of the high that we had at the start of the year here when it was first acquired by the government. I'm thinking we're going to move this a little bit closer. I want to get basically 0 delta, which is what I think I have here. So I'm looking at the 40 put, and then I'm looking at the 46-50 1x2 call ratio spread. We'll take a look at this on the analysis mode here. So you got a $4 wide call ratio spread on the upside. You're selling 2 of the 50 calls. It gives you a break even right at 55 or just about 55, 56, 57-ish. Because you're collecting $3 in premium, plus you have the $4, so it's really 57 here is your break even. On the upside, it would be new all-time highs, or new highs for recent time. On the downside, it gives you a break even at about 37 and change here. You're short a decent amount of premium here. You can see your delta, exactly 0. I mean, you got about as close to 0 as possible here. So I think that's a move. But I'm looking at this now, so you've got delta. I was looking at the 60 strike, so I think we're on the same page there, doing like the 70-75 call spread. Markets are a little bit wide here, and it's using about $900 in buying power, which is fine for this account on the higher end of the buying power that I typically use. But I think if I was going to do that and be fine with using $1,000 ish in buying power, maybe go to UAL and use a little bit more. It's going to be a couple $100 more. about $200 more would use about $1,000 in buying power. I mean, that $1,000 of risk, if you were to take that as full risk on a put that's like at the 80 strike, you'd be down at like 70. So the stock would have to go down 25-ish bucks here to realize $1,000 in total loss. I know it's a little bit bigger of a position, but I think it warrants something here.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And yeah, I think
so. 70 would be all the way down here. We basically go back to April-ish.
Yeah,
Price action.
Even right now, like it's caught a bid, but if you sell the 60 put for $2, your break even is back at where we bounced from in early March and where we rallied from in December of last year, all the way from 60 all the way up to 78 near the high. So another feels good pot odds type trade.
Oh no, pot odds.
I love it.
Don't give me a pot odds. I'm doing that at the money call spread here. So
okay.
That call spread trades at about $2-ish. I'm trying to get filled here at like $5.50 on this UAL. Markets are not the best. All right, I'm in. 543. We're doing a Jade Lizard and UAL. A little bit more buying power.
I actually have a bearish position on in USO.
What'd you do?
I had just a really long-term 90. This was back when USO was at 90. I did the 90 strike put in June, and I sold the 75 strike put against it in April.
Okay.
So 15-point wide downside diagonal spread. I got into that for $7. It's trading for $3.50 right now, even though it's significantly out of the money.
Yeah. And that's because volatility is through the roof.
Yeah, 100%. So I have that on. But yeah, I like the idea of fading XOM if you're trying to play this two-sided action. Or you could just go to CL or MCL and just sell like a call spread.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing that too. In the 21-day, I've got a 98.99 short call spread. That's still marking a loss, but 21 days from now, it'll be a full winner if we stay below this. So yeah, I think there's definitely opportunity in these two-sided markets, and Crude is certainly one of them, being up 3%, 4% today.
What about maybe a broken wing butterfly here?
Yeah.
This one I'll use a little bit of extra buying power too. I'm looking at something like, so is that too much? Let's see. XOM is maybe another one we could try. What do you think about doing like a diagonal spread in XOM?
Yeah, downside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a cheap way to play.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at a broken wing butterfly in USO, which, really to do this, you'd have to go like 10 by 20. You'd have to use about $1,000 again, which we already put the $1,000 to risk of risk on in the UAL position. You'd have to do something like the 125, 135, 155. You do that at like 70-cent credit. It's just a little bit capital intensive. I think we go into XOM. I'm going to do my standard, do you go 80 days? You go June, May?
Yeah.
You think you go June, May just to give yourself more time and just let it play out?
And it's 33% IV.
Yeah.
So even though the IV ranks 40, the actual implied volatility is still very low for this product that's moving around. So yeah, I think you go June because IV is low, and you can sell May and still pick up a decent width. You can do 10 points wide for less than $5.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to go. So I like to go to the 40 delta for the long option. We're going to go 160 here. It's basically right at the money. Stock is trading at 162. In May, I like to do about a 20 delta, so you could do the 150.
Yep.
10 points wide, as Mike was talking about. This would net you about 18 short deltas here. So when we go to the analysis mode again, we could show kind of just how this looks here. We could zoom in a little bit on here. When you go to the analysis mode, you can see how this will move kind of as time passes. You'll see your P&L ranges here will adjust from there. You can take some volatility out of, and I'm just doing this just by clicking. I don't have any scientific, analysis here, just looking at it and just showing how this risk profile changes as time passes. The short option decays, gives you a little bit of a buffer to the upside, so that this option is basically going to hold its value, assuming the stock stays around 160. So you got kind of a couple point buffer to the upside. It leans you about 18 short deltas to the downside, so you'll get paid on this if these stocks kind of give it up a little bit here. I think this is a cheap way to get 18 short deltas. I mean, if you were to short 18 shares of stock, it's going to cost you what? 2,000-ish?